Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. And if you guys have your result tomorrow, then this video is definitely for you. Now the purpose of this video is not to give you some sort of a fake motivation, but the purpose of this video is to guide you in what to do if the results do not come as expected or as predicted. Now guys, you first need to understand that if the results do not turn out the way you predicted or you expected, there could be two reasons for that. The first reason, which you all know, that you must have not studied for it, or you have just studied for it in the last moment and you already know that your result will not be bad. So a lot of students who actually have the fear of tomorrow's result is also because of the fact that some of them already know that the result will not turn out well, because they knew that they didn't study for that exam in the way that they should have studied for it. But a lot of you who have also studied for the exam, who had studied hard for the exam, are also fearing the fact that they might not end up a good result. So that is just anxiety that is killing you from the inside and telling you that something might go wrong. Well, in fact, nothing might go wrong because you've done well. So it's just the fear, and that's quite natural, but don't let that affect you, okay? So if you've done well, if you already know that you're going to be acing the exam, and you think that you studied hard for it, and you actually did study hard for it, and you did all the past paper questions, and you knew everything, and you did well, so then there's no point in worrying. In fact, you should be excited, because it was just a platform for you to showcase your economic skills, and then you actually did it, right? So first of all, guys, I'm not going to be giving you any sort of motivation, especially for those students who did not study the whole year and they thought that they're going to be able to study in the last moments, but they still did not, and they ended up screwing their result. I mean, the results have not come out yet, but they already know that the result will be screwed. So for those students, there's no motivation. In fact, for those students, they must realize that they must be accountable for their result. They must accept the responsibility for the result tomorrow. And if you guys screw up tomorrow, I know I'm going to be getting a lot of hate comments for this video, but then truth is harsh, right? So you guys must accept the responsibility for tomorrow's result, and you must also accept and you must be accountable for it as well, so that you don't repeat the same mistake in the May-June 2022 exam. For those students who end up getting a C or a D in economics, God forbids, so for them, I would advise them to give a retake. If they think that they did well and they got a C or a D, then they should definitely give a retake and give an accelerated exam in the May-June 2022 paper. But if you get a B, then there's no point of retake. In fact, you should focus more on P3 and P4, that is your A2 economics exam, instead of giving a retake. Now, this video is a general video. It's not specifically related to any subject, but even if you get a B in any other subject, then I think asking your respective subject specialist or your subject teacher would be the best advice he or she can give it to you, right? But speaking from economics point of view, because since I'm an economics teacher, I'm telling you that if you end up getting a B, there's no point in giving a retake. And if you guys can actually end up improving your grade in A2 from a B to even an A if you really study hard for it. Now moving forward, guys, you guys need to understand that there are certain reasons why you will screw up tomorrow's grade, right? There is a reason for everything. Has a reason. It's not कि मेरा result ऐसे ही खराब आया होगा, मैंने तो बहुत पढ़ा था, मेरा result बहुत खराब आया. These are the kind of comments that students get. You know what, I studied really hard for it, but I don't know where did I go wrong. I don't know what happened. But deep inside, you guys know that you didn't really study hard for it. Deep inside, you know that you could have done much, much, much better, don't you? I mean, don't you? Just ask yourself, right? And you know that you didn't really study hard for it. So guys, there are certain things you need to implement in your lives if you don't want to screw up again, and that is simply that you need to understand how to approach the subject. Now, I've written some points here, I'm going to be explaining them, but I'm going to be again reiterating the fact that even if you do end up getting a bad grade, even though you had studied very hard for it, so for them, for those students, I'm definitely going to be giving some motivation that it's not the end of the world, right? You can still improve your grade. In A2, you can bring up your grade by giving an accelerated exam. So it's not the end of the world, right? So just relax. It's not something that it does not define you as a person, because there are a lot of things. We understand that yes, there was COVID, so there was a lot going on in everyone's lives, right? So from that perspective, yes, I understand that. But for those students who did not study at all and then they want some sort of a sympathy or empathy from people who will pat their backs and say, oh, you know what, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. Life, life is long, and you can just do it again, and you can just give an accelerated paper, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, for those students, I wouldn't do that, because you just wasted the whole year, and there's no need to seek some sort of validation from people, to actually try to hide your mistakes and put them under the carpet and say, okay, fine, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, because how will you guys learn then? So if you have made the mistake, accept that, try to learn from it, learn from those mistakes, come up stronger, and prove everyone, not everyone, in fact yourself, you can do it. And believe me, everyone can do it. So now, coming to economics, I have written a few strategies that you guys should definitely use in your upcoming exam, because a lot of student, सबसे बड़ा problem, this is the biggest problem, last moment studying. Do not study at the last moment. If you have studied in the last moment, and even if you have pulled out full nighters, and then you are complaining that I studied a lot and then I failed, or I did not end up getting the expected grade. So dude, you studied at the last moment. So studying at the last moment, even pulling out all-nighters, is not equivalent to good studying, because that was last moment studying. So even though the number of hours were a lot, but still it was last moment studying. So high number of hours, more number of hours under the umbrella of last moment studying is not equivalent to good studying. So I mean, there's no point in saying that why did I end up getting a good grade, because obviously it was last moment studying. You will not be able to retain information when you study at the last moment, neither you will be able to comprehend it. Moving forward, studying from short notes. You need to understand that economics is quite a deep subject, and you need comprehensive study material for it. So make sure that you use different sources, use YouTube channels, use different books, use the internet. Everything is on the internet. So yeah, you must have a comprehensive database from studying. No, don't just focus on one particular book or one particular piece of notes, right? You must have a huge database to study from, and that is how you will be able to learn more and then apply that knowledge in the exam. The third thing is very important. You guys not focus on the assessment objectives, that is assessment objective 1, 2, 3 and 4. Assessment objective 1 is state, 2 is explain, analyze and evaluate. Now I'm going to be making a separate video for the assessment objectives in the coming weeks or months. I do plan to provide a lot of content on my YouTube for the May June 2022 exams for all those ASA2 students. So don't worry, I will be floating a lot of economics content for ASA2 students. So don't worry, okay? Make sure for economics students, when you're writing an answer, make sure that you have drawn a lot of diagrams. And then it's not, so if you draw a diagram without explaining it, so if you make a PPC curve like this and you make this diagram and say that this is consumer surplus, and you expect the examiner to understand it on its own without you explaining what the diagram is telling, so the examiner will not give you full marks, because you haven't explained the diagram. So making the diagram is one thing, explaining it is another thing. Then very important is chain of analysis. The chain of analysis should be established. Why does aggregate demand results into demand per inflation? Okay, so if you're writing AD rises and then it results into demand per inflation, why is the chain of analysis established? So the chain of analysis would be a rise in aggregate demand pushes up the factor prices, and that feeds through high inflationary pressure. So again, the chain of analysis is important, because when aggregate demand is rising, it creates a shortage of factors, right? And that results into higher factor prices that feeds through the economy in the form of demand per inflation. Again, evaluation. Is inflation always harmful? And then, by the way, evaluation itself is a huge thing. So a lot of people think that disadvantages means evaluation or limitations mean evaluation. Well, that is not the case. Evaluation means to bring the examiner to a certain viewpoint. You say, okay, fine, we agree that inflation is harmful, but not all inflation is harmful, especially if it's mild inflation, right? It depends upon the state's policies as well, the current macroeconomic objectives as well. So yeah, again, I'll make a separate video on evaluation, but when I'm teaching, I'm usually explaining a lot on evaluation. So you can access those videos. It's on my YouTube channel as well, so you can see those videos. Again, conclusion is very important. But then again, these are just the tips that you need to regularly follow during exam. This video is not entirely meant for that. Guys, the purpose is you need to understand tomorrow, कल क्या होने वाला है. कल आप परेशान हैं. I know कि आप लोगों को नींद नहीं आने वाली आज रात. And then देखिए, वो बच्चे जिन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की थी, they used to guys studied hard for it. You guys don't need to worry. I mean, This is just a natural anxiety. Breathe deeply, meditate. Obviously, it will be better. Everything will be fine. Those students who did not study for so and so reason, if that reason is justified, well and good. But if you studied at the last moment, you pulled all-nighters, and then you're trying to seek some sort of, some sort of empathy from people, from teachers, I mean, that's just fake motivation that you're seeking from, because at the end of the day, you haven't realized your mistake and you're going to be repeating those same strategies again for A2 as well. So guys, you need to figure out what went wrong, how has it got wrong. But again, remember, for those students who did study hard, you did not end up getting good grades. It's not the end of the world, but still somewhere, somewhat you must have done wrong. Remember, the examiner does not knows you. You think that you have met the examiner's expectations, but the examiner ki expectation is far beyond what you think is right? So if you think that writing this is enough, maybe that's not enough actually. So you need to figure out what is the examiner's expectations. So that is important. Understanding the mindset of the examiner and understanding what he wants you to write is very, very, very important. That is the basic thing. You learn from notes, you learn from different books, you learn from the internet. You don't even know what the examiner is expecting you will not get the marks, right? So that is very important. I mean, I cannot even emphasize how much I need to emphasize on this. This is so important. Understanding the examiner's expectation is so important because he's checking your paper, yaar. He's checking your paper. So understanding what he wants is so important, isn't it? I mean, if I'm checking your paper, then understanding what I want is important. So you need to figure out, I mean, it's not just going in the exam, writing whatever you want. A lot of students say, मैंने तो इतना लिखा, भाई क्या लिखा? That is important. क्या वो लिखा जो एग्जाम में चाहता है या बस लिख दिया जो आपको आता है? I mean, guys, best of luck. I will be there. I will be available on Instagram. If you have any concerns, if you have queries, if you face any problems tomorrow, I know I will be there. Just DM me. Inshallah, things will work out well. But remember the points that I have stated. Remember that make good strategies, make a study plan. There are 4 months left. There's half of Jan, Feb, March and April. May exam there. So guys, all the best and good luck.